If you want to elevate your candle game, turn plain candle vessels into art, and tap into the personalization candle market, this video is for you. Personalization is a market that is growing and thriving, and I will share with you the tools that turn plain candle vessels into personalized works of art. If we haven't met yet, I am Kimberly Patterson, and I teach candle makers how to create candle art. In this video, we are going to go step by step so you can follow along and create your own candle art. If you have not purchased sublimation supplies, I have a video on what to get and where to get it. I'm going to insert it here. If you already have your supplies, then just skip to the next section. Curious about candle sublimation and need supplies? Let's go shopping. Let's start with our candle vessel. You may already have your candle vessels, but if you don't, let me show you what I use. Any of the light color vessels from Makesy sublimate beautifully. Cream, white, sage, light blue. You can buy these in the 12-ounce or 8-ounce size. I shop Makesy when everything is 20% off and I get free shipping. I have used vessels from Amazon as well, white and light pink. The only candle vessels I have found that don't work for sublimation are ceramic vessels, clear vessels, or glossy colored vessels. Experiment and have fun. Next is our sublimation printer. I use the Brother SP1. Any sublimation printer will do, so if you have a different brand, use that. Next is our sublimation oven. I use the PYD oven. I like it because it automatically shuts off. Some use an air fryer or convention oven. Just make sure you use it for sublimation only. Our printer will need sublimation paper. I use the A1 brand, but any brand will do. Sublimation tape is next on our list. This is heat-resistant tape. You will use this to tape your design to your candle vessel. Shrink wrap for tumblers is needed to shrink wrap before we put our vessel in the oven. We also need a heat gun to shrink the wrap around the vessel. If you don't have a heat gun, buy the cheapest one. It doesn't matter what brand. Butcher paper is needed to put at the bottom of the oven grate so the shrink wrap doesn't ruin your oven. I like to buy the pre-cut ones, but any will do. Just one more thing. This handy tape dispenser is the best. It automatically cuts your tape for you. I use 3 rolls on it at once. 2 pre-cut and 1 I cut myself for longer strips of tape. Are you ready? If you have all your materials, you are ready to sublimate your first candle. Now that we have our supplies, let me take you on this sublimation journey. I created this gardenia using AI a while ago and imported the design into Canva. I can't remember what tool I used to create it, but I have luck with Canva AI, Gemini, and ChatGPT. I also buy clip art from designers on Etsy every once in a while. I want the font to look luxurious, so I selected the font Better Saturday and am using a gradient gold color. This color gives the design depth, interest, and a feeling of gold luxury. We have also selected the ivory matte candle vessel for this project. This color sublimates beautifully. Note I am not using sublimation blanks for any of my sublimation projects. I use the candle vessels I would normally use for any project. Sublimation works on most matte and frosted candles because the coating already has the ingredient needed for sublimation. If you've been wondering what sublimation is, here's a simple explanation. Sublimation is a printing process that uses heat and pressure to turn special ink from a solid directly into a gas, allowing it to permanently bond with a specially coated surface, such as a glass candle vessel. Instead of sitting on top like a label, the design becomes part of the glass itself, creating a smooth, durable finish that won't peel, fade, or rub off. Before we get into sublimation, let's engrave our gold lid. The gold lid was selected by our customer. Gold lids require our fiber laser 164, different from our wood and cork lids that use our diode laser. Same laser pecker 5, 2 different lasers that adjust to the materials we are using. As a standard practice, we engrave the candle label information on the inside of the lid and personalized messages that our customers request on the outside of the lid. Our settings on our laser pecker 5 for engraving gold lids are 4K, 80 power, and 30 depth. We are using 5 passes, which makes the design more prominent. You can experiment for yourself to determine how many passes work best for you. We have found that 5 seems to be the magic number to make a difference in outcome. Engraving is fun and satisfying and will give you numerous ways to personalize candles for your clients. Now for the other fun part, taping the design to our candle vessel. I am using an ivory matte candle vessel for this project. I love how the vibrant designs glow through the vessel when the candle is lit. I have cleaned this candle vessel with rubbing alcohol so the sublimation ink will transfer nicely. We are trimming the design close to the design itself. This will allow the design to tape nice and close to the glass and reduce the risk of blurred spots, also known as ghosting in the sublimation world. When taping your candle vessel, make sure you use the heat-resistant tape. I am taping around every edge of the paper and use pressure to make sure that air does not get between the design and the vessel. Next, we wrap this in shrink wrap and use our heat gun to secure it. No need to get this perfect as the oven will shrink it as it bakes. We simply tape up the seam and use our heat gun to shrink around the vessel. You don't have to worry about getting this perfect. It will continue shrinking in the oven. Our next step is baking our candle in our sublimation oven. We start by putting a piece of butcher paper on the grate to protect the oven from melted shrink wrap. Our settings are 390 for 6 or 7 minutes. This oven will turn off at the end, which I love. It means I don't have to babysit the project. I can also load the candle into the oven before it reaches the desired temperature. Let your candle cool for at least 30 minutes before unwrapping it. Our candle is cool to the touch and it is ready to unwrap. I want to make sure I don't scratch the candle surface while unwrapping, and I am checking for ghosting by looking inside the vessel. If I notice ghosting, I will retape without moving the original design and rebake. This usually fixes it, but you need to make sure you don't move your original design. When sublimating candle vessels, you can put up to 3 designs on each vessel if you want a wraparound effect. When unwrapping, you can feel like you are struggling with the shrink wrap. Just take your time and be careful not to scratch your vessel. It is exciting to see the final result, a plain vessel that is turned into candle art, a keepsake to be treasured by our customers even after the wax is gone. Paired with our engraved candle lid that displays their personal message on the top, makes this candle gift feel extra special. We filled this vessel with gardenia fragrance, and this one smells just like fresh gardenias blooming from our garden. These candles are dishwasher safe, and the design will not fade or wear off. I hope you enjoyed this edition of The Candle Artist Way. If you are interested in learning more, you can get my book at cost, which details all the supplies, steps, and settings to make your very own candle art.